What are some hidden gem subreddits with plenty of stuff to binge read? I love reading Robbie drama. The posts are usually well written, well sourced, and a fascinating peek into niche communities. I love to watch people who are intensely passionate on niche topics talk about all the ins and outs and stuff. I find that fascinating, so this sub is right up my alley. Favorite post of all time on that sub is about people being married to Severus Snape on the astral plane. Such a wild ride. Ah, yes. Snape's on a astral plane. I used to frequent Fandom Wank back in the day and got to see this as it was going on. The LOTR fan who claimed to have a relationship with Mary's actor, complete with bad photo manips, was gold, too. Good times. Nothing beats some scribe, though. Ravwemit. It's a subreddit where a group of strangers pretend they all know each other and all live in the same small neighborhood. Their characters are interesting. That sounds kind of interesting, though looks like a kind of roleplay. Yeah, it's a role-playing sub, but without the swords and magic like the ones in D&D. They are just role-playing normal people. That's weirdly appealing. The mayor is a prostitute named Crystal. I wasn't interested before, but you now have my attention. I run the black market. How do you join the community? Our vocab word off day only has like 800 people in it, and it's great. Just a simple word of the day, every day, with a great explanation. Some topical, some not, it's the way it is. I love that subreddit. I wish it was bigger. Edit, what have I done? No, seriously, thanks for the love, and it's brand new logical that gets the credit. It's their sub and they deserve the world. Smile. You doubled their membership with this comment. Did the math. After this comment, its membership multiplied by about 3.75. Good work to them. 1 hour later, and it's now 7.5. To the moon. We like the sub. Hold the subwa. It's 20k RN. Just keep holding the sub. When it gets to 200k, sell 10% max. We're all gonna be karma millionaires, bois. I love Ruatista's thing. Seeing people guess and debate is half the fun for me. I recently found Reddit Serials. It's a small sub, but there's people putting a ton of stories on there for free. Urfi is a little bigger, but there's a ton of good stuff there too. That, and it's cool the writers on both subs are Redditors themselves. Never heard of that one, gonna check it out. Yeah, I found it through writing prompts, which is more of a mixed bag, but those aren't very long and I wanted longer stuff. Reddit.com here is a 77-part, so far, serial about humanity exploring the universe when our rules of physics no longer apply. It started as a writing prompt but quickly turned into a wonderful serial. I don't know if I'd call it a hidden gem, but I personally like Runts and Letters. On some days it's more interesting, but I like to write my own and it feels kind of cathartic. This reminds me of Post Secret. One of my favorite sites in high school. Oh wow, I completely forgot about that site. Major nostalgia trip incoming. Ursal's ass knobs, if you were ever curious about making homemade salsa or guacamole. Maybe you want to learn. Maybe you want to teach. Maybe you just want a recipe. But it will definitely make you hungry. How often do people randomly show up and ask about dancing? Even though I've never been on that sub, I'm going to say with complete confidence that the answer is not enough. Herbie, Reddit Bureau of Investigation. People post about mysteries in their personal lives and the community of sleuths tries to solve them. Fascinating stuff happens there. They had a massive win the other day. Someone posted images of a woman the FBI were looking for relating to child sex abuse. One Redditor knew her, mentioned it, reported it, boom, within a few hours they had her. Murgy Nobody is about a person who makes monthly comics about his past in an abusive school. I'm not sure how to describe the school, but it was ducked up. See Elon School on Wikipedia. Jesus, this comment is a punch in the gut. This is the school that ultimately led to my friend's suicide. He used to tell us all these stories about his parents shipping him to this school in Poland, Maine, that used beatings, sleep deprivation, and restraints as punishment. He escaped and lived in the woods for a while before he turned 18 and couldn't be forced to go back. I am so sorry for your painful loss. Peace to your friend's soul, and to his loved ones as well. I hope the perpetrators experience every frustration and shitty luck available daily for the rest of their miserable lives. Prison would be better, but justice can be so slow and juries fickle. Plus those aren't mutually exclusive results. Life of Norman. All the posts are mundane stories of an average guy, sometimes Hessa more of a loser than others, named Norman. Like collective storytelling. Her catastrophic failure has a lot of fascinating reads. The weekly write-up of an air disaster by Wadmiral Cloudberg is always a good read, and there is now a guy doing similar write-ups on rail crashes. You can find all the articles collected together at Radmiral Cloudberg. I just want to thank you for all the time you spend making these amazing write-ups. Tales from Front Desk is a favorite of mine. I don't work in hospitality, but the stories here sure remind me of how best to behave, or not, when traveling. Edit. I'm a little flummoxed that my most liked post is this, but thanks for the awards. Glad I have pointed so many of you to such a great community. As well as Tales from Tech support for tales of those whose ineptitude with technology knows no bounds. Accounting. Now you don't need to know anything about accounting to browse this sub. All you need to know whether or not you will enjoy this sub is asking yourself one question. Do you enjoy reading posts by fresh young college grads with a twinkle in their eyes that talk about how excited they are to land their first job, only for reality to smack them right across the face with its long girthy penis, and all the hope and optimism they had just weeks prior get sucked into a deep dark black vortex where it will never see the light of day ever again? Then this is the sub for you. #X200B. Oh, and also they occasionally post funny memes about depreciating land. I got so intrigued when I read the name of the subreddit. But my enthusiasm deflated as I read on. Why? Because I'm a soon-to-be grad with a degree in accounting and a twinkle in my eye as I look forward to landing my first job. Haha. It's okay, son, everyone's profession is like that. I just assumed accountants never had a twinkle to begin with. Just wanted to give the author a shout out. This may be the most simple but best AskReddit ever. I just joined like 40 new subs that all sound awesome. Route is basically describing our life as a video game. It's really neat. Similarly, Risher discusses skills, power levels, and matchups of animal mains in Outside. Great YouTube channel as well. Tierzoo is probably one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. Her Sympathetic Monsters edit. OWTF. My first awards. You guys are so sweet. I hope you meet some neat monsters over there. Smile. Repthub for interesting takes across many subjects, also a good way to find other interesting subs. I just read a thread on how the word Gothic went from meaning the Germanic tribe to brooding, black and punk. And I've gotta say I joined the sub right there. Explain like Kim Calvin is a good one. You ask a question there, and people respond as if they were the dad from Calvin Hobbes, no true answers, just pure BS. Not plenty of stuff to read, but I love her bonsai. It's a beautiful sub, but they will not hesitate to be rude if you're not already an expert and do not appreciate jokes at all. Yeah, it kinda sucks, but it slowly grows on you. Or Bryce. It's one guy posting under various usernames over the past 89 years. He constantly posts about a game he's developing and posts some pretty weird shit. I really don't know how to describe it past that. With some face pics sometimes. I've been following him for about 5 years now and I have no clue what's going on. Edit. Here is a write-up I did on his account a couple weeks ago. David McDermott never got back to me. Edit 2. Through some research methods I found his YouTube account and I looked through some of his videos and found a Reddit account named Eugenfubar, which is now banned. But using the Wayback Machine I found that something happened between 2013 and 2015 that made him snap and start posting crazy shit. Did you realize he replied your write-up saying this dude has problems? Illuminati confirmed, Op is Bryce. And so is everyone else in this thread. We are all peed on this blessed day. Can I shamelessly plug my subreddit? Reconstructed Adventures. It's full of ideas to and guides to build a treasure scavenger hunt for someone. People also post recaps of what they made. It's small but a fun little community. For some reason, it's been a long day. I read this as Construct Adventures and was a tad confused as to how your explanation correlated with what I thought I read.